Hey everyone, thank you for giving me your name and your email address. Let's get straight into those secrets that I was telling you about. So we're going to cover three. The first one is impact, the second one is ball position, the third one is distance control. So these three things that the pros do that you might not be aware of. So the first thing, let's go into impact actually for the first thing. Now it's been said and the research has been done to show that about 90% of the PGA Tour players at impact with a basic pitch shot have about 15 degrees of shaft lean at impact. Now, if they want to hit a higher lofted shot, yes, they do angle the club back, but for a basic pitch shot, what they've got is about 15 degrees of shaft lean at impact. So when we get to impact, that's significantly this way. I see an issue with amateurs getting the shaft angle backwards this way. So we want shaft lean. That's going to allow a nice descending angle of attack, striking the ball first and then the ground after flighting the ball as we want to. It's also going to de-loft the club a little bit, so make sure you got plenty of bounce on that wedge. Next thing, ball position. So I see often golfers getting the ball, amateur golfers getting the ball back in the stance this way, which is encouraging even more shaft lean. And I just see a lot of fat and thin shots, mainly fat shots, those fat duff shots around the green. And if you look at the majority of the PGA Tour players, when they're out on a golf course like this, and I've got about a 30-yard pitch shot into the green, they've got the ball position in the middle, or if not, slightly forward. They don't have it back unless they're trying to do some sort of special shot. They've got a basic pitch shot, which most people have them shots a lot. The ball is favoring forwards ever so slightly, so put it in the middle, then move like half a roll to the left for the right-handed golfer. So that way, that's also going to encourage the golfer to get on the left side, stay on the left side at impact, whilst remember having this shaft lean. We don't want the ball back in the stance, so middle or half a roll forwards. The next thing, and I think this is the most critical, distance control. How do the best players in the world control distance? Because when you watch these guys or girls play, they seem to be pin high every time. Like, how do they do it? So a good friend of mine has done a lot of research out there on the PGA Tour and the European Tour, and he found that golfers, the best in the world, control the distance by the length of their swing. Now, you may have heard that before, but I'm going to get really specific now. So approximately every 4 inches of movement with the club head, the hands, the arms, the torso, approximately every 4 inches of movement, that is equal to about 10 yards. It's phenomenal, right? Golfers, the best in the world, are really controlling the distance they hit the ball by the length of their swing, both and the overall motion of their swing. Now, the motion of these pitch shots is driven by the torso, the rotation of the torso. You can see that there's not much action with my hands and arms hinging and unhinging. It's really driven by the torso turning. Now, every 4 inches is equal to about 10 yards, so I can't stress enough. Get your wedges, try this out, figure out what length swing with each wedge goes X distance, and just know that that's your baseline. Ball middle or a fraction forwards. You're working on getting some shaft lean, and you're figuring out this length swing with 58 or 52 or whatever wedge setup you have goes this far. And you can practice that out on the range, out on the golf course. I would prefer out on the golf course. So ball a fraction forwards. Now, my 25 stroke 30 yard pitch shot with this 58 is about 9 o'clock. So that's where I'm going to swing in this, and I'm going to try and get that shaft lean that I was just telling you about. That looks pretty good right there. Ooh, nice bounce. That looks to be about 6 feet away. I'd take that. So I hope that helps. There's 3 tips for you that the pros often won't share with you. But if you're anything like me, you know that this isn't everything. You know that to get better at this game, to really shave 5, 10, 15 strokes off your game, to lower that handicap, you got to do some more stuff. There's a lot more to it. Now, I can help you with all of that. I'm just going to take a minute of your time, if that, to tell you about a program I put together with this in mind, with you in mind, to lower them scores. All the details are underneath. All you got to do is scroll down, but I'll tell you real quick. I've got PDF downloads, I've got audiobook, I've got my actual book, Expert Golfer, in there. I've got a whole list of podcasts. I've got Voxer, so you can actually communicate with me personally, one-on-one, for 30 days. Ask me any question you want, anytime you want. I've got a whole collection of videos on the pre-shot routine with my good buddy Ian Highfield, featured on Golf Digest, featured on the Golf Channel with Martin Hall. I have a speed system using the Super Speed training aid. I've got ball striking decoded, so basically secrets about better ball striking. I have so much stuff, so much value in this, and it's going right now for $97. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Just scroll down, you can see all of the details. It's really cool. I've put a lot of energy into this, like I said, with you in mind. That's all from me. Scroll down, check it out, and I hope to see you in the course.